All right, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Evie with EVTV. And this evening, I decided to hop on here to tap in with y'all and give y'all the latest. Y'all know we keeping up with Naziyah'S case, justice for Naziyah. Um, so we definitely gonna keep her name alive over here. So come on in, y'all. Just getting started. This is gonna be a quick one. I do want to touch base. And get into a couple of things. And we're going to hear things from Vari's perspective. And if you don't know who Vari is Naziyah's older brother. He's just a teenager himself. He's 18 years old, but Vari has decided to speak up. So y'all come on in here, tap that screen, share the live out, because we're going to get into some things. So come on. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. And I want y'all to, this is from his heart. I want y'all to keep in mind, that this is a young man we're referring to who is also a child. He's still growing and developing. So shout out to him, definitely shout out to him. But I need y'all to come on in here and tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. We're going to tap into this conversation real fast and hear things from his point of view. See how this young man is doing. And see how we as a community can help him. Because he need help too. You got to think about it. This is her brother. It was him and his sister. The mom had 2 kids. I believe he has other siblings that he's not close to or as close to from what I've gathered. So yeah, everybody just come on in, hit that like button. And like I said, it's gonna be quick because I just want to share his perspective with you guys from what I've gathered. And he offers a great perspective in my opinion. And I believe he deserves love, light, kindness, and appreciation, and just support. I believe he deserves support as well. So if you're in here, hit the like button, share the live with somebody else that's been keeping up with Naziyah'S case. Let them know to like it as well, and also to subscribe to the channel to get the latest and greatest with all things that I cover. And as always, if you guys have questions, drop them in the chat because I got y'all. But I'm just go ahead and jump right into it. So Naziyah has an older brother. His name is Vari. So Vari speaks up is referring to him. Naziyah's oldest brother, she's 13. He's 18. So that's why I say he's still a young man, himself, still trying to grow and develop. And he also has a daughter. So he decided to go onto a podcast and give his side of things. Now, if you're expecting to hear something to help you solve the case or anything like that, I don't think you're in the right spot. This is not that. This is to give you a perspective of how he viewed the family and certain family members he talked about, and who he believes should say more and hasn't said anything, and they're not even giving him anything either. He did mention that. And also he mentioned that him even speaking up is jeopardizing him and these family members. Welcome in Nana's life. Thank you. Hit that like button. So him speaking up was a risk for him, and he's nervous about it. And we understand that too, but he gets into his relationship with the twins, Marquita and Shannon. He gets into his relationship with Roxy, Jarvis, and also his grandmother. And so it's offering a great perspective. Some things we suspected, and other things we had no clue about. So shout out to this podcast and shout out to my supporters that keep me in the loop on what's going on, and keeping me in the loop on things that they see and come across in this whole situation. Just shout out to everybody. So Everybody know, we done heard about it. Vari left home. That's a fact. He said he did leave home. Him and Naziyah was not living in the same house for about a year. He moved out and he went to stay with his friends who, was very supportive of him in the situation. A lot of people wonder, like, why did he move out? What did he experience to make him want to leave? Well, he had experiences too. And pretty much what he said is that, and we could see it too, it got too crowded. It wasn't, it was that he went from having his own space to now you got Shannon and her kids moved in, and then his grandma had two more kids. She went and got, she adopted kids, fostered kids, or whatever the case may have you. So the space was just too crowded. He's a young man, and he like, we just had our own, space here, and now it's a lot more going on. So it was very crowded in the home, and so he decided that he wanted to get out of the household. He goes into quite a few things. He has a cash app as well. Is Justice for Naziyah, $ Justice for Naziyah. So if anyone wants to support him in that way, definitely send him a cash app. He lets us know he is working. He's hustling, not like that, but he does landscaping, or he does all type of things to get money. So this man, this young man is really trying to do his best. And then he talks about kind of how they ended up with their grandmother. And that was a sad situation too. His their mother, Vari and Naziyah's mom, we've heard that she battled drug addiction, and that she, went through some things as well. He also advised his grandmother, who he loves dearly. I want to touch on that because Vari wants everyone to give his grandmother some grace. This is who he asked to give him grace. Hi, Jenny. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Vari asks for everyone to give his grandmother some grace in this situation, and he agrees that his grandmother was very strict. She was very routine. She had a routine for them. They, like she said, they got up, got the prayer. May have been a little, we seen it, where they get cussed out a little bit, but she wasn't a bad person. And they had their breakfast, and he addressed the refrigerator with the locks on it. So I felt like I had to get up here and clear that up, because that kind of had me looking at them sideways. But Vari says that they had two refrigerators, and the one we see is his grandmother's personal refrigerator, and she had a lock on it because it's a lot of people in the house. She said it was a lot of people in the house, and what they would do, the kids especially, would go and eat up everything in their fridge, and then they would go on over and start eating all her stuff. So grandma decided to put a lock on the fridge. He said it's no thing where they were, it's not what you're thinking. Grandma just had a lock on the fridge because the kids was eating their stuff. Kind of similar to how you might get a personal refrigerator and put in your room with your special snacks. Kind of similar to that. So he wants everyone to give Annette some grace. So he also mentioned that his relationship with the twins, Marquita and Shannon is who I'm referring to when I say the twins. And he taps on that and says pretty much he's closer to one of them than the other. And he just had interference from their personal choices and people who they chose to be around. So, he's closer to one than the other. But I want to get back into his mom and how they ended up with their grandmother. It's really like a generational curse within this family, but it's not what you think. So pretty much, obviously, we know his mom had the drug addiction, him and Naziyah's mom. But she had a relationship with her girlfriend that she kind of trusted this woman a little bit too much. See, you see the pattern? She kind of trusted this woman a little bit too much. And he said his mom was always working. She was not a slacker. And so pretty much she left Naziyah with the girlfriend. And the girlfriend, while Naziyah was a little girl, little baby, younger than 5, the girlfriend left Naziyah home alone. And Naziyah ran out in the street. And so from there, those kids were removed from the home and they moved in with Annette, the grandmother. And we already know like Naziyah's mom situation. Then we know that her dad was married to another woman. So he wasn't in her life. So many people is like, why did she end up with Annette? Why they end up with Annette? That's how they ended up with Annette. And so he goes on to share pretty much that he was always like a big brother to her. He also shared how Naziyah used to go with like one of his friends. And he felt good about that relationship because it was his friend and he knew that she was safe. He said it was like a little sister thing. A few other things, and I'm gonna let y'all see this as well. I'm gonna share the video with you guys. Like I said, it's not gonna be a long video here, but I did think it was important to get up here and address a few things, but the refrigerator thing, because I was like, why they got a lock on the fridge? I was one of those people, but what he says makes sense. That was her personal fridge. They had another fridge. And then I went and checked the video and I do see another fridge in one of Naziyah's videos. There's a white one and a black one. The black one got changed on it. So, that's that. He gave a little insight. Now he dropped some tea. And I'm going to show y'all that. But I want to give y'all this. He gave a little insight into who Naziyah was. And we were able to see that just by her TikTok. She loved dancing. He said she loved dancing and he would do TikToks with her as well. But Naziyah was like, if you can't do it right, she wasn't posting you. So that's why we don't see him on there. She would just save them to the drafts or just be like, nope, you ain't get it right. And also that he wanted to, like, once he got of age like he is now, he was going to go back and get his sister and adopt her because she didn't like yelling, all that yelling and being yelled at. Naziyah didn't like that. In fact, he said that she was a bit of a firecracker. He said that if you was yelling at Naziyah, she might look at you like you crazy, or homegirl snap back. Like, so he didn't want that environment for his sister. Yep. And she loved skating. So she was just a typical kid. Now, he also dropped some advice for everyone. Do background checks on y'all partners. And, he advised young girls to speak up in the event something is going on with you. And, we all know why. He never suspected it, except for there was an incident. And I'm going to get into that with y'all. But I want to get into, his relationship with the twins, Shannon and Marquita, and how he felt about each one of them. Who do y'all think, before I pull this up, who do y'all think he was closer with between the twins? Because he was closer to one of the twins. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all there. But I'm not gonna hold y'all up. I ain't gonna make y'all think too hard. I'm gonna just go ahead and let me get this back a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up here. We're about to find out. That's her portion. Y'all know. Yeah, she was not sharing. She had her own snacks. Exactly. Oh, that's another thing too. He said that Jarvis wasn't even around like that. That was just his auntie baby daddy. And that's it. And he said, and I'm like I said, I'm sharing this with y'all, and y'all check out this podcast too on your own time. But I took the what I felt like was good for people to know, especially on my platform where I've been sharing certain things. It's like, okay, this man gave his perspective. I have to come back and say something about it and address it. So that was her fridge. And, she was protecting her stuff for them kids, some greedy kids. Okay. And oh, not yet.
So it makes sense. I've been saying that though. I'm like, maybe y'all should ease up off the grandma. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about my grandma. My kids with my grandma right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know, the public, they don't care. They attack.
Exactly.
And they just
right
want,
here, y'all.
They just want something to say.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The army fatigue on.
Shan, I love my auntie, but I can't.
Which one? Which one that you out of the twins? Which one you gravitate more to? Like which one is your favorite one? The best relationship. Which one? Marquita or Shannon? Marquita.
I had one with Shan too, but it was Marquita. Yeah.
So what about Shannon pulled you away from her?
Baby daddy.
Repeat the question.
Her baby daddy. Can you repeat the question again, though?
Me repeat the question?
Yeah.
What'd I say? What about Shannon made you kind of pull away from her?
Yeah, just her situation with her baby daddy. It's like
so you kind of already knew he was on some weird shit.
After my auntie had like her fourth baby, I just felt like he was pumping my auntie over babies. Then he wasn't even there. He'd come time to time.
He wasn't even taking care of.
Wasn't even there. Like you got sons.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. You feel me? I feel like my heart. I feel for her. She got
Yeah.
She pushing. She's still pushing. I be trying to ask her questions. Try to get to her sometimes. It be like,
I'm glad he's.
Ain't nobody taking no ownership,
Yeah.
Ain't nobody really.
And that's what the internet. That's what the internet's saying. They trying to blame everybody that was around.
Yeah.
Because it's all adults.
Even though I wasn't I was around, but when I left, I had stuff going on myself.
Right.
Daughter. My daughter finna turn 1 March 18th. So
right.
I had to focus on that. Get right. Get a job.
And then, like I said too, you said you're 18 now, right?
18.
I mean, that's still a kid to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you couldn't really do too much as far.
So, yeah, it was the other twin. He was closer to Marquita. And he says that the reason is because of Shannon and her baby daddy. Her baby daddy situation is what he says. That's interesting. Everyone who speaks about Jarvis, they had a feeling. They just did not rock, vibe. It was not good. It says my connection. Can y'all hear me okay? Y'all let me know. So he just didn't rock with Shannon as much because of that. And then even now, if you listen carefully, and I'm gonna drop the link of this, I'm gonna let y'all know where to go if y'all want to watch this in the entirety. Because shout out to them for just having that sit down with him. Okay, good. Just having that sit down with him. This young man, I believe y'all need to give him grace and give him the support that Naziyah should have had. He has a baby girl, Kaziyah or Taziyah. He named his daughter after Naziyah. And Vari still is hopeful that Naziyah is alive. I do want y'all to keep that in mind too. He hasn't accepted, or I'm not even gonna say accepted. He's not given up yet on his sister being gone. So I want y'all to keep that in mind. And his Instagram name is Tweak Out Vari if y'all want to give him a follow. This whole thing, I wanted to give y'all things from his perspective, because in my mind, he need love too. So y'all heard him say his relationship with Marquita was better. He had the issues with Shannon, so what we're gonna do is get into a little bit of that.
But the only thing, like, where I come in at is, like, because I was the only male in the house, and it was my little cousin. But besides that, I was the older male. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I was protective of my aunties. I ain't like seeing her baby daddy come over there and choke my auntie. Oh, none of that. I'm the man in the house. Ain't none of that going on around here. So other kids live in this house, and they gotta watch that too.
Right.
I ain't going for that.
Do you feel like you had to grow up fast?
Oh yeah. Especially after seeing my sister like cry when we got taken away from our mom. When he was in that car and we got dropped off. Crazy. I had to deal with all that as a big brother,
Right.
Like, I feel like a dad at that moment, even though I didn't know what parenting was at the time. But I had to be here for my little sister. Man, it was a lot of stuff I couldn't tell her at a young age. She couldn't. Stuff. Mama was in and out of jail and stuff.
Yeah.
She didn't even know what jail was.
Right.
So
I mean, that's messed up that you even, like you said, you were still a kid. So it's messed up that you even.
Nothing I could do. Everybody like they saying in the comments, why you ain't reach out and why you ain't. It wasn't really nothing going on. Like besides, it was this one time I came home. Like wait, what you say the question again? Like, did you ever see? It was just one day my mom came from out of town just to come see and visit me and my little sister, and he came to see his kids, and he was in the driveway, and I'm next door at my man's house. I come outside.
You talking about Jarvis?
My little sister in the passenger seat inside his car, and his daughter in the back, which is Janiyah, my little cousin, which is Shannon's daughter. I look in the passenger seat, and I tell, I'm getting mad. I'm like, I'm at this point, I'm cussing at my little sister. You feel me? Even though I ain't mean to, but I'm being a big brother. Like, what you doing inside a grown man face? Get out the car, go in the house. That's what I said. Get out the car, go in the house. Walked around to his car. Roll your window down, bro. He didn't want to roll his window down. He stepped out his car, opened the door. He was like, what's happening, little nigga? I got triggered because I'm like, hold on, bro.
Right.
But I'm trying to talk to you. You feel me? You instantly triggering. You don't even know what I'm talking to you about. It could be about anything.
Right. So I mean, what was her reaction with that? Like as far as what you.
We was finna get in and fight and stuff. Like we was finna get into it. Like when he came out the car and stuff, and he got rowdy and stuff. We got the squaring up and stuff. But
you and this grown man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Big Bromo.
It was crazy. I was in Big Bromo. I mean, I was in the streets. You feel me? I had my little toolie on me, not to really pull all that off. But I had to stay protected myself.
Right.
Even though, you feel me? I don't got no, opposition or nothing out here. I'm not doing nothing bad. It be too much going on.
Yeah,
I got a daughter. I'm not finna be with my daughter and somebody try to rob me.
Facts.
You feel me?
I'd rather it be you than me.
Yeah.
I feel that for sure.
Real talk.
Survival of the fittest. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do. That's just the real.
So as far as
that right there,
I know you said y'all was close. Did she tell you a lot, or certain shit? You feel like she was just holding back, like she didn't tell you, like if she liked somebody or.
I mean, my sister, she would tell me like she had this one, just
We're gonna get into something, where he talking about little boyfriend that she had, and she told him about it. He knew about it. I told y'all about that just a minute ago. He gets into it and pretty much said that she had relationships with people her age as well, and he felt good about the relationship that she had with the friend. But what I wanted y'all to hear is that him and Jarvis squared up. Him and Jarvis squared up with this little boy. And he wasn't even 18 yet. Yes, they squared up. That's crazy. but and also that he was like the man of the house. Like he had to be the one to stand up and speak up for Naziyah. Now he doesn't get into whether or not he told his grandmother or what the adults did after the fact. He does not get into that, but it lets you know right then and there that he saw that something was wrong. He saw that there was something wrong. He said Janiyah, which is Jarvis's daughter, was in the back seat. Jarvis's daughter was Shannon, was in the back, and Naziyah was in the front. So Shannon or anybody else, they couldn't see that. That's when it go back to that, because he says, like I envisioned, that Jarvis didn't really fool with Shannon like that. He didn't really fool with her. You heard him say he had to get in between that, so there was definitely some issues. It was some issues there, and I just wish somebody would have just done a little bit more, and got the situation to the proper authorities, put it like that. Like, it's just a hot mess. But again, he says his grandmother didn't see it. He says that all the things on social media, because I don't know if y'all remember on during the trial, the defense attorney, she asked Shannon about, I think I had that video too under my Naziyah playlist. She asked her, did you see things on social media that might have led you to believe she was messing with him? And Shannon said no, but I believe that she saw it. Even now that they've scrubbed her social media from, they took a lot of stuff off Naziyah's social media. We know they did because Shannon got the password, and some of the TikToks and stuff, you can't find them anymore. We know they scrubbed her social media. So even from what we see now, you can see that Naziyah was popping it. You know what I mean? Like, she had a voice. And yeah, she could have introduced that relationship, because she was, I don't know, trying to have a connection with Jarvis. Is the weirdest thing. Because we heard her say too, she called him like, hey, do you want Tutta to come to the, to the car shop? Or Tutta said, do you need her? All that type of stuff. So she kind of used Naziyah as a pawn in her game, a way to have a conversation with this man, because like Vari said, Jarvis wasn't like around like that. Jarvis would come see his kids in Naziyah and be gone, and then he was just popping babies in Shannon. That's it. That was their relationship. It wasn't a relationship. So all that to say, give Vari some love. That young man needs love. He don't have a mom. He's living with friends. He has a daughter. He done been through things as well. He had to grow up fast. He mentions and touches on how, Naziyah was crying when they got taken away from their mom, and those rough experiences. That's nothing no one should have to endure. But you can see the hurt. You can see the hurt. And you can see that he wants justice. And he feel like Jarvis is a creep, just like the rest of us do, for having that inappropriate relationship with his sister. And he also goes on to say, at another part, that a lot of these things he just learned at the trial, just like the rest of us. They didn't know half of this stuff. They learned it at the trial, when all this stuff and the text messages and everything came out. I believe Shannon and them learned a lot. Shannon and them learned those things too. Some of it, things that weren't deleted, they were just learning it. So keep that in mind. That's kind of like a lot. And he said that he had to reprocess the whole thing. But like I said, he did say that he wishes that she is still with us. you know. So we gotta respect that. That's beautiful. I'm gonna put his Cash App in here just in case anyone comes across this. He said it's all lowercase, but I don't think it matters on Cash App. Justice for Naziyah. Just like it sounds, to support. I'll probably put this in a comment to Naziyah's brother. He spoke on Roxy, and he said that he really don't know Roxy. You know, he remembers seeing her as a kid, and they really don't have a relationship. But he said he does not want beef with her. He wants justice for Naziyah. So if she's on that wavelength and wants justice for Naziyah, he's opening, you know, he's welcoming her with open arms. Pretty much is how he feels. So, Roxy wasn't shy to tell us that she's pretty much a distant cousin that felt the urge to really come and get justice for Naziyah, but he doesn't have a relationship with her. He, meaning Vari, doesn't have oh gosh, you think it was a 3 thing? It ain't no telling. Yeah, he doesn't have a relationship with Roxy, but he's willing to get to know her and get justice for Naziyah. So I done told y'all how he feel about Annette, the refrigerator thingy. Y'all lay off of it. He was closer to one twin than the other. If you missed it, welcome in, hit that like button. Make sure you rewind to catch up. He was closer to her, and you know, people's relationships came in between the family. And this young man is trying to do his thing. He's working and taking care of his daughter, and just trying to be the best man he could be. He's just saying what he can with it being an open case, put it like that. I believe he has a lot more he would like to say, just like many others probably at this point, but he can't say too much because it is an open case. So that's pretty much that. I wanted to let y'all know that much. And I told y'all that he feels like, you know, Annette wasn't on social media, so it's some things she couldn't see or didn't know about. So that's that. Yeah, do a background check. Naziyah loves skating. She was a firecracker, y'all. Don't forget that. And I want y'all to definitely check out this podcast. Oh, okay. Listen, I'm about to wrap this thing up, Jenny. Make sure you check the playback and leave a comment and let me know what you think. Because I'm about to get off now. But I do appreciate you so much, y'all. Shout out to Blue Light Chronicles. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Make sure you play it back and let me know in the comments what you think. And, you know, like I said, support and love for Vari, and it's still justice for Naziyah. We're not giving up hope. Her brother hasn't given up hope. That means a lot to me. So justice for Naziyah, and it's your girl Evie with Evie TV. If y'all got some questions, put them in the chat, and I will talk to y'all soon. And I appreciate y'all so much. Thank